Okay, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to the Trading Setup channel. My name is Niku and we're going to be doing some trading today. So guys, today I'm going to be discussing or explaining rather my second most favorite strategy that I use every day for trading. This is especially effective on short-term charts like 10-second and 1 minute. Although I do use it on higher time frames as well, 1 hour to 4 hour charts as well. But this is one of my, like I said, this is my second favorite strategy to use when trading options. If you have been following my videos, you will know that my absolute favorite strategy is divergence, but we're not going to be talking about that today. So we're going to look at something called the Stochastic Jump. This is a custom name. This is just what I call it. I haven't seen this specific setup anywhere online before, although I'm sure it exists. But it might be called something else by other people. I just call it the Stochastic Jump, and we're going to look at it in detail, and we're going to see if we can find a few trades and see how it goes. Okay, so before we kick off, as always, those of you with PO Broker, I've got a promo code for you guys today for an 80% deposit bonus. The code is JUMP80. So you can use that code from deposits as little as $10. So if you do need to make use of it, you can. And yeah, let's get to trading. It's been a good day. Let's say to the charts. It's been a good day. We've had a lot of volatility this morning, and yeah, I have been a little bit absent this week. Today is my first day of trading this week, so it's looking good. We had quite a few trades this morning that didn't do too badly, but we're gonna hopefully hook a few trades while we're doing this, and we're only going to use the Stochastic Jump today and see what it looks like. So before we start looking for trades, I'm going to explain to you guys what this is, how we can use it, and what to look for. So for the Stochastic Jump, I use obviously the Stochastic Oscillator, and we're going to use Bollinger Bands as well. So for for the Stochastic Jump, we're going to look at, let's see if we can find a decent example. So the first, let's just switch this off. The first condition for the strategy is going to be we need price to run on one of the Bollinger Bands. On one of the sides, it could be either the lower band or the higher band or the upper band. But we do need that kind of bubble. That's the first thing that needs to occur. We do need the Bollinger Bands to make that kind of like a bubble. This is the only area where we will be looking for this specific setup. So if it's running like this, we're not going to, this is not an area where we can expect, like I said, the Stochastic Jump. We're going to look for an area where it bubbles, and then we're going to look for price to behave kind of like a soup ladle, or maybe like an ice hockey stick. So what we need is price to come down, or obviously the reverse is true for when it's running upwards, but it needs to be moving in a direction and then flatten out. Okay, so what we have is here, we've got this little bubble here. The Bollinger Bands made a bubble. Price came down and then basically flattened out for, what's that, 6 candles, 7 candles. It just stayed in range. So let me actually draw this in. Just want to show you guys like the formation that we are looking at, what we need to see in this bubble. This is going to be the first condition. You know what, let's make this a little bit thicker. In retrospect, I should have done this before I actually started the video, but not a lot of loss there. Won't be a lot of time lost. So this is what we're looking for. we need, like I said, we need price to make like kind of like a hockey stick, or if you think of these soup ladles, this is what we need. A run down one of the sides, it's going to look the exact opposite if it's running upwards. And then while price is running in this, or ranging, while it's in this range and flat like this, we need the stochastic to make this little jump. It's kind of like divergence, but we do not get with divergence, in this case, this is a bullish signal. So for bullish divergence, we need price to make a low and then make a new low, while the stochastic doesn't make a new low, makes a higher low. That's divergence. But in this case, we're going to be looking for the run and then the range, and it needs to be a fairly tight range. And while this is happening, we're going to look for the stochastic to do this little jump here. So it's going up, but it takes a pause, come back just a little bit, and that's the jump that I'm talking about, or that's what I call the jump. So it comes back, just do a little retrace, and then we go into our buy signal. And this is what we're going to be looking for. And like I said, this works especially well on 10 seconds. You get quite a lot of entries during the day using this specific strategy. And what I'm going to do while we're doing this is we're going to be looking at 4 charts. So all of these are set to 10 seconds. Let me just put auto scroll back here. All of these are on 10 seconds. These 3 assets has the highest trade volume every day. So a lot of liquidity, a lot of movement, and good chance that we're going to get quite a few setups using quite a few trades using specifically only the stochastic jump strategy. Also, a reminder, while we are busy, guys, feel free to ask questions. Ask me to explain anything that I haven't quite explained properly, or if something you don't understand or need clarity on, feel free, ask me. This is what the chat is for. And if you just want to pop in and say hello, that's fine as well. So, yeah, we had a small little opportunity here on Euro JPY just a short while ago. While I was busy on the big chart here, we had the setup, and there's that little jump while price is ranging. This is actually, like I said, this is one of my favorite. I've got a hair here that's in my way. This is one of my absolute favorite strategies. I always keep an eye out for this on the 10-second chart, and I always, if I see it forming, I always take this. So some days you're going to get a lot of entries, right? As with any strategy. Some days we're going to get quite a lot of entries. Other days it might be a bit slower. Today's been good. Had quite a few entries during the course of the morning. What's that? UK opened like 4 hours ago, and I've been trading since the UK open. It's been good. It's been really good. So, okay. I'm going to keep an eye on the dollar yen here. We've got the bubble forming, and this is one of the ways we can anticipate the trade. It doesn't mean it's going to form or it's going to set up. But when we see the Bollinger Bands open like this, we can keep an eye out for the specific formation. We've got this here as well. So what we're going to do for this specific strategy is we're just going to keep an eye on the markets as we go along, and then just look for areas where the Bollinger Bands bubble. And as soon as the bubble starts forming, we know that we need to pay attention, because we might get a setup. It doesn't always happen. We won't always get a setup for this trade every time the Bollinger Bands bubble. Excuse me. But when they do make a decent bubble like this, and remember, the Bollinger Bands bubble when price goes into a run, right? We can see as the dollar yen was climbing here, we can definitely see that the bottom Bollinger Band opened up. The top one just kept running, but the bottom one opened up, and it made a so we got the bubble. We've got the Bollinger Bands pulling apart nicely from each other, and okay, so it is forming like it's starting to form the formation that we're looking for. It ran up, and now it's in a tight range. Now we just got to wait and see if the stochastic jumps. And when it does, let's Let's see if we can actually draw that in quick. Price cannot leave this okay, so it did leave the range. So the ideal would have been if price stayed within this range and we got the jump, and the stochastic made the jump while it was staying in this range. Now it's exited the range, so this is not a valid trade anymore for this specific strategy. Okay, we're going to leave that there. Let's see if we can find something else. Again, this is the Bollinger Bands opened up a little bit on Euro USD, but it did not form a range. Technically, what we do have now is bullish divergence on the stochastic, and this is something I normally would trade as well. We can actually take a buy here while we're busy. This is something that's I would normally trade as well, but this is not for price to, or for the stochastic jump. We need that range. The price needs to stay in the range after it's opened up. Don't do this to me now. Be nice. So let's see if we can, maybe we'll find another example soon. I'm going to move this away. No. Let's move that away for now. Let's see if we can find, if price is going to be nice enough to give us a decent entry somewhere where we can get a live example of this specific trade. I'm going to lose this, but it's okay. It is a divergence trade, and I'm trying my best to take trades as I go along, because I haven't, like I said, I've been a little under the weather this week and I haven't been trading. So we'll look for some entries while we are busy as well. Okay, so Euro USD is both Euro pairs. Okay, so this is definitely Euro move. We're opening up, we're making bubbles on both Euro JPY and Euro USD. Let's see if we can find an area where it bubbles and then flattens out. Like I said, this is not going to be every time, but we are going to get a lot of entries through the course of the day, especially if you watch a few charts, 10-second charts, especially if you watch a few, keep an eye on a couple of 10-second charts at the same time. Using just this, you will get quite a few decent amount of entries through the course of the day. And I really like the strategy. It's got a very high win rate, but sometimes it does test your patience a bit. Okay, but that's with anything, basically any strategy we have. As always, we've got our strategies that we trade with. We do not rush our trades. We don't take chances. We don't take gambles. Teacher K, hello. Thank you for saying hi, and thanks for the better wishes. Yes, I am also happy that I'm feeling better. I was joking earlier this morning when one of the things they don't tell you when you grow old is that we take so much longer to recover from illnesses. Not as quick as it used to be when I was a lot younger. But yeah, we're back to trading. Let's see if we can, maybe it's going to form a range here, although this one is Euro JPY is pressing down. This is staying out of range, and this is also kind of like leaving the range. And I had quite a few trades with this specific signal this morning. While I was trading on the 10 seconds, got quite a few entries. But that's the way the market is. We can only hope for good conditions when we're doing the live streams. But the market does what it does. We can't always get the good entries that we very much want. It looks like all three of these pairs are making setting up for hidden divergence, by the way. Let's see. Okay, so all the three of these pairs are forming a new bubble on the Bollinger Bands, and fingers crossed it's going to range and give us a stochastic jump. Okay, so divergence on this is gone. This one's still valid. This one's still valid. Although if I wanted to take it, I should have probably been in already. Okay, so there's what looks like the beginning of a range. Go away. Okay, so we're going to see if the pound dollar stays in this range for now. I hope it does. It would be really nice to get a live it would be really nice to get a live example of this setup, but looks like it's not for us today. Oi. There we go. It didn't form a range. It didn't form a proper range. So we're going to hang tight with that. Let's see what's happening where. We do have some data coming out in about, it's just over an hour. So this shouldn't be affecting us too much at the moment. US session kicks off in about 40 minutes. We'll see if we can push until then. I really would love if the market gives us a decent example of this jump, because like I said, it is my second favorite strategy that I use, especially for trading options. But sometimes the market just doesn't want to play along. I'm going to put a channel in here as well, so we don't have to draw them in when they do form. Let's leave you there. We're going to do the same for you. So we can save some time when it does actually come. And this is a strategy that you can use exclusively, meaning that this is one of those strategies where you don't need to watch anything else. If you guys will know that I actually watch quite a few things when I'm trading. I usually have more indicators on my chart like this, so I use a couple of strategies at the same time. Different indicators tell me different things, but this is one of those that's fast enough during the day or quick enough during the course of the day that you can use this as a standalone without having to watch anything else. It's one of those that will actually do this for you. And the other one that I think you can use by itself with no other strategies combined to get more entries will be divergence. This is a very versatile strategy, but sometimes, like I said, it does test your patience a little bit. We do have to wait for that specific setup. But usually when it does form, we can take it without thinking. We can just go with it. And it doesn't need to be a long run. It could be a short run like this as well. As long as it's in the Bollinger Bands and the Bollinger Bands do make a little bubble, we're good. Although I don't think there's going to be enough movement space to form the jump on this. It would be really nice if we can just get one decent entry on this. Just one good setup. It would be really nice. Um, so while we're waiting, while we're looking at this, is there anything that I explained badly that you guys need clarity on? Any questions? Go for it. Please do. I love it when you guys ask questions. I love the interaction. So please don't be hesitant if there's something you want to ask or know. By all means, please go for it. This is the whole. It's the whole idea behind the live streaming is that we can interact and get questions answered while we're going along. Okay, let's move you upwards now. Can't believe that the first month of the year is already on its back. It's almost done. It feels like it was just yesterday. It was still we were still waiting for New Year, waiting to kick off, start trading, and now we've been at it for a month already. Okay, so this kind of looks like what I was talking about. This is technically a range that it's been stuck in, although I don't like this range this big, but we did see that little jump there. So this is the closest setup we've had to this specific strategy, but this is not something I will trade though. It's the idea, but it's not quite there. If you remember the example we showed earlier, it's a very clear move and then flat. We do need to get that hockey stick formation. We do need to get that candle movement before we take the trade. It is very, very crucial that that happens. That's the whole reason this works. And then the stochastic is just there to tell us or to confirm it for us. And tell us we can enter our trade. Cheers, teacher. Thanks for watching. And yeah, hopefully if you watch this video later again, we would have had a few entries. I really hope so. We had some nice volatility. It looks like it's slowing down a bit today. We had some really nice volatility earlier this morning. My favorite time to trade is the UK kickoff, because usually that does bring us a lot of volatility. There's a lot of trading opportunities. Oddly enough, all the strategies that I use personally when I'm trading tends to slow down from the US Open. It doesn't mean they stop working. It doesn't mean I stop trading, but it's just they tend to start giving me, or to slow down. The entries comes slower with the US session. So most of my stuff is based on volatility. It takes advantage, quite a lot of advantage of high volatility conditions. So the US session doesn't tend to be that volatile. We've got a lot more smoother movement and longer moves during the US session than we usually have during the UK session. So that it's 5 hours. There's a 5 hours difference between the opening times. The US session kicks off about five hours after the UK session kicked off, and those are my favorite time. Those 5 hours is my favorite time of the day because we tend to have a lot more volatility. And then, like I said, when the US opens up, there's more volume coming in, so the moves become smoother and longer. Doesn't mean we can't trade it. It's just the high volatility of the UK session. I love it. It's my absolute favorite time to trade during the day, and it's great that it's in for me the daily time zone. It's in normal work hours for me, if I can put it that way. Okay, so we might have something forming here. It did a run and it's now in a channel. Let's put this in here. It's in a range. If it sticks in this range, we need it to stick though. If it sticks in this range here, we're in business. Then we're in business. We need it to stay in the range though. Okay, so our strategies are there for a reason. We don't take entries that's close to our strategy. We don't take entries that we think might win, even though it doesn't completely fit the parameters. We stay within our strategy, and if we get an entry, we take it. If we don't take it. It is as simple as that. We might have something here as well. Might give us a signal here. Okay, so this is messing around with the range at the moment. Not liking it. This one though, Euro JPY is staying within bounds for now. So we need it to stay in that range, and then we need that little jump. If it does, it will be this will be a reversal. So this will be a sell trade if it does form this. It will always be a buy trade if price is running downwards. It will always be a sell trade. Okay, I'm back. Apologies for that pause. Apologies for that pause. So I have been. So it's playing catch up still. I do not know what's going on at the moment with my internet. This is an issue that started a few hours ago. So apologies for that. That we are that I'm disconnecting. That the stream is pausing. But there was a decent example of the setup we're looking for. Unfortunately, we couldn't take this because of the pause we had. But a good example. So we had the range price. Price stayed within the range. We had the run against this upper band. We had the bubble, and it flatlined. And during that, we had that little stochastic jump, where it just do the little pullback, opened up to the bottom, and if we got in, we could have basically gotten in a sell on any one of these candles, even this one. Even if we got in a 1 minute trade on this big red candle here, it would have been a good trade. It's a real pity that I missed that now. So I do apologize for that. For a while, I was having this issue for a while this morning, and then it stopped. It went away, and I thought it was sorted. Clearly, it's not. I'll definitely have to get on the phone with my ISP. So apologies for that, guys. If the stream does pause, just hang around. It's like 30 seconds or so, and then it just carries on. No idea what's going on. We have the same kind of formation here at the moment. Although this is a big range, I don't like it, specifically like it when it flows. If we look at this example, it didn't quite flow. This was a very tight range, so it didn't really move. This is a bigger arc. So I'm cautious of these when they do this. This is more we're moving more towards divergence when it's doing this. If it's making nice loops, I don't know what the word is for this. Then we're moving into the divergence area, which is fine as well. We trade divergence too. But this is not divergence, but it is that little stochastic jump that plays out. Let's move you down there. Okay, we're seeing some nice a nice push on Euro USD and cable. This means that this is the dollar move, because Euro JPY is not following. So it's not the euro that's moving right now. It's the dollar. We're opening up on, we can see it's the dollar because USD yen is falling. So this is something's moving the dollar right now. We might get a setup. We've got nice bubbles forming on all of them. Let's see if we get a trade setup that we can actually take and get into. So this looks like it might be forming. This is the beginning of a nice formation. Could be. We do need this to range. Okay, so let's put that in there. We do need this to range a bit, and there it goes. Never mind. And this is going to happen a lot as well. If you're only looking for this specifically, if you want to use this strategy only while you're trading, it's going to happen a lot where you see potential setups and they void and they, turns out was nothing. It does require some patience. You cannot rush this, but there's a lot of entries during the course of the day. If you sit down for a 1 hour session, you're going to get a couple of entries, especially if you do this during periods of high volatility. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes not. Okay, we do have a decent range here. Let's move this. Okay, so this is ranging nicely. So what I'm going to look for now, let's zoom in a bit. What I'm going to look for, no, I can't see it. Can't see the stochastic if it's like this. So I'm going to look for any signs of the stochastic needs to pull up now, and then just make that little jump. So in this case, it will turn back down, just do a crossover and go back up, because this is the formation we are looking for. But now we just need the stochastic to confirm it for us. Kind of did. Let's go with it. I really want to get a good example of this while we are doing the stream. Okay, so this was really faint. We can see the stochastic move up. The K line, you know what, I wonder if I can make this bigger. Let's just see if we can make the chart a bit bigger and have a good look at it. We'll switch this one to USD. Okay, so we can see that it was going up. K line came back and hit the D line and then opened up again to the top side. So this is a very, very faint jump and not quite ideal, but it does, it is kind of like our conditions we've kind of met. I'm going to lose this. We had the flat line, and I did take this on a, what you call it? It wasn't a decent jump on the stochastic, but it does, at least we got to see what the setup looks like and the execution, which is also important. Let's see if we can find something else. It's, like I said, a strategy that's going to require a little bit of patience, but it is something, it is my second favorite strategy. My favorite is divergence, but this is my second favorite strategy to use because it's got a very decent win rate. I know I did lose that trade now, but long term it does have a good win rate. It is one of those things that one of those strategies that, or one of those entries that I don't think about when I see it forming. I just take it. I don't think about it because you can see it. Once you get used to spotting it, you'll see it. It just doesn't, like I said, sometimes you're gonna get a lot of entries in a short period, and other times you're gonna wait for it. I was really hoping for a few, just one or two nice examples while we were doing the stream. How far along are we, by the way? We are 35 minutes in. Some more time. Again, I'm going to encourage you guys, if there's any questions, go for it. Let's get all the uncertainty out of the way, especially regarding this. We might have one forming on cable, yeah. Maybe. I'm completely at the moment ignoring normal divergence and stuff like that. there has been one or two divergence setups, but I am ignoring them at the moment. I really want to see if we can focus and get this specific entry or the specific setup. Maybe cable will be nice for, no, it's not going to be nice to us. Let's see. The timing on this was sucked because this did eventually push upwards. This buy that we had here was just being stubborn. So I hope all of you guys had a good year so far. There's been a lot of news coming out, and a lot of things we've seen a lot of things this week that we didn't expect. I really think this is going to be a brilliant year for traders, especially retail traders. We're going to have a good time. I kind of want to say I can already feel it during my normal day trading sessions. There's a bit more. There's a bit more entries. Average entries. My average amount of entries has gone up a little bit. Not as much as I would have liked it to, but it has gone up. We've seen an increase in volatility. We've seen some beautiful movement, especially on the higher time frames. There's beautiful flow. Almost all the assets are stuck in beautiful channels. On the 1 hour and 4 hour charts, a lot of trading opportunities. So I really hope you guys make use of this period that we're going in. It's going to be good trading. The only thing we need to do is apply what we know, use our strategies, and exercise patience. The discipline and the patience still needs to be there. We can't take trades left and right, but it's been good trading this year so far. And I really do think we're going to see this continue for the rest of the year. There's going to be so many opportunities. Just make sure that you guys stick to your strategies. Have the discipline, work on it, and just follow your strats. Might have a little jump building here. Fingers crossed for one decent entry on this specific strategy. Okay, so this looks like it's forming. We are clearly in a channel. I love the coincidence where all the channels that's forming are the same size on each asset. I'm not adjusting these movements or the channel sizes. No, it's gone. Okay, so it would have been very nice if it stayed in there and this turned up now. If it did, that would have been a buy signal for me. That's what we're looking for. This is the kind of thing we're looking for. We've got the drop, the bubble, the flat line, the range, and unfortunately it broke the range and it didn't make the jump. So we did not get an entry for this specific strategy. We do have a chance for it to do it again, though. We'll see. We might get it. These cable and Euro USD is also making decent bubbles. They're pulling apart. The Bollinger Bands are making nice bubbles. We might get entries here now. This is flatlining again for now. Now we're just going to wait and see if it stays in the range. If it does, and it makes the jump on the stochastic, makes that little wobble, we're in it. Fingers crossed, hope it plays out. And that's not something you should say when you are actually in a trade. We never hope our trades work out. We just hope we get the setup. Hope is a very, very bad strategy. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this. We can clearly see that it's flatlining and it keeps on running. I really, really hoped that we could get a decent example while we're doing this, and it doesn't seem like we're going to get one soon, unfortunately. Is there anything that I didn't explain properly that you guys need any clarity on, or any other question maybe that's bugging in the back of your mind, if it's maybe on one of the previous streams we've done? Because we are 42 minutes in now, and I'm thinking I'm going to see if these runs give us an entry. If they do, we'll take it. If they don't, I think that's where we're going to cut the video or the stream for today. If you guys don't have any questions, then we'll what you call it? Yeah, then we'll cut the stream and I'll see you guys next week. Just gonna wait and see if this runs out of steam. There is a massive storm brewing here by me as well. That's one of the things that usually happen when I do have a big storm is in our area, unfortunately, is that we're affected by power outages. The town I live in, this is just something interesting while we see if we can maybe find a trade entry. The town that I live in is in the top 10 towns in the world that gets the highest annual lightning strikes per square kilometer. So and we have a lot of storms almost daily. We almost daily have thunderstorms, electrical storms, and intense ones. So usually when a storm like that gets brewing, especially during the summertime, which it's summer by us now, power goes out. So then it's generators for a while. But if this happens during the stream, well, it's going to take a while to get the generator set up. Let's see. We have, again, so this is kind of like a valid setup. And I'm tempted to take this, but it's not a correct, we didn't get the crossover. So this is, it didn't make that jump like I wanted it to. Okay, so we do need, for the stochastic, just to make that little jump down, the K line needs to come down, make a new low here like this. So we just need to cross, it needs to cross and then jump back upwards. And this is what we need for this specific strategy. This is the setup for this. So this was a bit faint again, like the previous one I took, that burned me because it was faint. It wasn't a perfect setup or a good setup. And I don't want to try it again just in case it doesn't work. I really don't like taking trades if they're not actually within my strategy setup, but I do so very much wanted to get just one trade in on this while we're doing the stream on this specific setup. But during the course of your day, when you are trading, you can watch for this. You will see this on 1 minute charts as well. You'll see this on any time frame. Keep an eye out for it. Even if you just paper trade it, but just keep an eye out to learn to spot it. And once you start seeing it, you're going to start seeing it quite often, more than you might expect. And it's a very good strategy to add to your normal trading strategy, especially if you do already have the stochastic on your chart for divergence or for a different strategy. Especially if you do have the stochastic on your chart already, you can definitely just start keeping an eye on it, to add it to your existing strategies and get some extra entries during the course of the day. And like as always, it does have a very good win rate, but you will lose some trades with it as well. There is no strategy that's going to give us 100% win rate. We will always lose some trades, but it does have a very good win rate if you spot it and you take the ones that forms properly. So yeah, you can just keep an eye on it while you are trading. Like I said, especially if you already have the stochastic on, just keep a lookout for it. See, it's kind of formed here as well. We had the flat line, and the stochastic kept coming down during this whole time. It didn't make the jump though, so there's no trade. It didn't make the jump, but if we did have that little jump in between, that's the kind of trade that I get on immediately. Don't think about it, I just get in. Okay, so guys, we're going to call it, I think. We are 50 minutes in already. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next week on the live stream. And just a quick reminder for those of you trading with PO Broker, your promo code for today is JUMP80 for an 80% deposit bonus. So if you do need to make use of that, great opportunity. If you want to test out the strategy, great way to do it without risking too much of your own money. But please be patient. As with all our strategies that we've discussed, you will need to wait for setups and wait for good setups, have patience, and when the setups form, take them. We don't take risks, we don't take gambles. It's the wrong way of doing it. We're just gonna we stick to our strategies. That's what they're there for. Okay. So then, guys, until next time, as always, trade smart, trade safe, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Cheers.